While driving to her cabin in the woods, something unusual caught her eye. A pale figure stood motionless in the middle of a field. As she watched, it slowly turned its head, revealing it wasn't a statue at all. She kept filming, and then this happened. The figure crouched into the tall grass, as if trying to hide. It didn't seem human, and it wasn't just a scarecrow. It moved. What was this, and why was it watching her? A man was relaxing alone in his remote mountain cabin when he heard footsteps echo across his front balcony, leading straight to his door. When he went to check, he saw this: a haunting face staring in. What exactly it was never shared, but what would you have done? This video was taken in Finland at a cabin near a lake. The person staying there noticed something in the front yard and managed to record it. A massive black figure with unusual proportions. This sighting is eerily similar to another one captured in Finland, which I've shared before. Is it just a coincidence, or could Finland be home to something truly mysterious? This man was terrified when he reviewed the CCTV footage from a camera in the shed pointed at the kitchen of his cabin. While he and his wife were upstairs, the camera captured this. A person or shadow can be seen moving inside, from right to left. They were supposed to be alone. So who or what was in the kitchen? A homeowner began hearing strange noises near the back of their house one night. They decided to check the security camera to see if it had captured anything, and sure enough, it had. Later, another camera picked up the same eerie sound. It could have easily been a mountain lion or some other wild animal, but the homeowner said they've lived there for years and had never heard anything like it before. Whether it's just an animal or something darker remains unknown, but that doesn't change the fact that it's still absolutely terrifying to hear at night. One snowy morning at 5 a.m., this woman stepped out to feed the cats when she noticed something unusual.
Okay, I'm not going out there. Do you see this? They start over there. And it like barefoot walks up to the table. There's nothing coming up to the... Maybe there is some coming up to the door. What? And I don't see any in the yard. What is this? That is absolutely a bare human footprint in the snow.
She reported it to the police, but without signs of a break-in, there wasn't much they could do. A few nights later, the footprints appeared again, following the same strange path. Do you think it's a prank, or is someone stalking her? Back in 2008, 4 friends were on a trip to the woods. While hanging out at their rental late at night playing Wii Sports, they recorded their fun. Then, something strange happened. An almost transparent figure flashed past the window behind them, but no one noticed it at the time. It looked more like a ghostly figure suddenly appearing out of nowhere than an actual person walking by. Either way, it would have been extremely disturbing, as they were completely alone at the time. If they encountered anything unusual during the trip, wasn't shared. Just this creepy video. Urban explorer Tony was traveling through Sweden when he stumbled upon an old, abandoned house deep in the woods and decided to investigate.
Hey? Hey. Is somebody in here? Do you speak English? Jag talar inte svenska. Oh my god. Sorry? Oh mein Gott, das ist mir überhaupt nicht, Alter.
As they cautiously moved through the creaky rooms, something terrifying happened. His thermal imaging camera picked up a figure silently staring back at him from one of the bedrooms. Shocked, Toby bolted out of the house. Later, when he uploaded his video, viewers pointed out that the figure had been watching him even before he entered the house. Turns out, the house wasn't as abandoned as it seemed. Two wild campers ventured deep into the Welsh wilderness to spend a night in a remote bothy, one rumoured to be haunted. After tidying up the abandoned space, they explored its eerie corners, trying to shrug off the unsettling feeling. While casually talking about the place, something happened. But instead of backing off, they stayed. As night fell, they cooked steak, sipped whiskey, and kept the mood light for a while. Then suddenly, this happened.
Ravenware from the 70s. Old school, baby.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What's that? Are you hearing that?
I thought I heard something on the window actually.
They tried to carry on, but the activity didn't stop.
Mental.
Well stoked.
Yeah. Certainly is.
What was that?
What the? Hold on. This is bizarre. What's that?
What? No, you're shitting me up.
Hey?
What do you mean?
There's something out there. I'm going to go and have a look.
No, I've
No.
keep going, you know, mate, honestly.
This time, they decided to investigate.
Oh, God. There's something up there.
Me.
It's alright.
No, there's my torch.
Right, let me get out there. Definitely. What the hell is that noise? What? What the freaking hell was that noise? Oh man, oh, dude.
When they returned downstairs, they noticed something odd.
Bloody hell, what was that noise like? Did you hear? It's like a rolling noise. Dude! Fucking door!
It's cold.
Jesus! Oh my god, that
You
was.
opened that?
No! I went upstairs! Oh, what? What the? Jesus! This place is doing my head in, man. What is? Is anything missing?
Oh, I might have myself.
is going on in here? Whoa. Mate, an arm out here.
What? What was that? That was just hanging there. What? Oh, shit.
Still, they chose to head back in, and that's when things took a darker turn. The night was long and restless, but fortunately, they made it through safely. What exactly is going on in that bothy? A mother shared a video on Facebook explaining how her son had borrowed her phone while she was out grocery shopping. He was just recording himself for fun in their cabin, but when she watched the clip later, it took a disturbing turn. The boy moves around the cabin, smiling at the camera. As he walks through the hallway and into a room, something chilling shows up. A pair of glowing eyes staring from the ceiling behind him. But the most disturbing part happens toward the end. As he puts down the phone, a shadowy figure appears in the corner of the frame. The creepiest part, he was supposed to be home alone. Reddit user Danny T shared a chilling encounter from a remote log cabin miles away from the nearest house. The image captured what appeared to be a floating head at the door. While some speculated it was a trick of the light or a cutout taped to the window, Danny T insisted on its authenticity. He explained that the photo was taken during a casual guy's weekend, and no one in the group staged such a hoax. But if it wasn't a prank, who or what was staring into their cabin that night? No one recognized the figure, and the cabin's isolation made the idea of a stranger lurking outside even more disturbing. Charles, a storm chaser, set out on a trip to Hedrick, expecting an adrenaline-filled experience, but things took an unexpected turn.
Alright, there it is right there. Oh my god! Absolutely incredible! Oh my gosh. No way. Okay, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Oh my gosh.
As a powerful tornado touched down, he raced after it, until his focus suddenly shifted when he came across another car.
Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Oh my gosh. You okay? All right. Come on, clear his house. Yeah, let's go. Let's go check on him, okay? Here, you're okay. Here, just get in it. Okay, you feel good, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go check on your parents.
Yes.
Okay. Are they still home?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I just called them before I seen it.
Okay. Okay. Where are you at?
Oh, right there. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Lord, please, in the name of Jesus, I pray that they'd be okay and they'd be all right in the name of Jesus. Amen. Lord, I pray.
Oh my God.
Lord, in the name of Jesus, I pray. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Yeah, get out. Come on, let's go. You want to just stay here and be on the phone with the police?
We've been hit by a tornado. We were hit. We were hit.
Are you okay? Here, you can get in my car. Here, let's take our time though. Let's take our time, okay? Let's take our time. Here, you can come right here in the back. We'll have it right in the back seat, yeah. Oh, thank you, God. I'm just glad you guys are okay.
Did you come from that way?
I did.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Did you get hit in the head?
Yes.
It just hit us directly. It just wiped everything out.
The storm had torn through a neighborhood, completely destroying the home of an elderly couple. Fortunately, they survived with only minor injuries, and after a hospital checkup, they are now staying with family as they figure out their next steps. It's heartbreaking to see someone's home destroyed like that. While taking pictures of a water leak outside his house, this man had no idea what he had captured. When he reviewed the images later, he saw it. A faint figure of a woman appeared in the window's reflection. He was alone at the time, which made the sight even eerier. Some claim it's a ghost, while others believe it's just an optical illusion or reflection. A couple was enjoying their weekend at the cabin when strange things started happening at night. At one point, they recorded this video.
I was just downstairs. Like stuff on the table is like moving by itself. Just like shit on the table is like moving by itself. I don't know. Just like that white book and stuff was like moving.
Commenters were quick to dismiss the footage, claiming it was most likely staged, though no one could figure out how they managed to pull it off. The couple spent the night in fear, probably not eager to return anytime soon. TikTok user The Most Mandy was shaken after reviewing security footage from her remote cabin in the woods. The video showed a woman in white, speaking in an eerie voice, asking to be let in. Living deep in the forest with few neighbors, the TikToker was baffled. Who would be wandering out there in the middle of the night, dressed like that, asking to be let in? After that, she never saw the woman again. While exploring an abandoned Freemason lodge, everything seemed normal until they reviewed the recording later.
This is a really creepy building. Almost sounds like something hit the glass.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it sounded like.
At the very beginning, a faint voice can be heard, but neither they nor their friends remember speaking at the time. The voice is unclear, with some believing it says run or even Ryan. What makes it even creepier is the person in the video is actually named Ryan. But if it said run, could they have been in danger while exploring the location? While staying in their cabin, this person suddenly received a notification from their Ring camera in the basement. When they checked, they saw something eerie.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
A mysterious mist appeared to descend from above, shifting directions, moving left and then right. What made it even more unsettling was the fact that the basement had no windows, ruling out any drafts or external airflow that could have caused the movement. This man was out of town when he noticed something disturbing on the Ring camera at his cabin. The footage shows a strange individual wandering around the backyard. What makes it unsettling is how the person moves. Odd, aimless, and suspicious. The user mentioned they live near some known drug users, so there's a chance it was one of them creeping around. But that might be even more terrifying, knowing someone like that is wandering around your house. Dave's always been into exploring old abandoned spots, especially mines. One sunny day, he was out in the woods checking out forgotten cabins, when he noticed a Jeep parked oddly in the distance.
Heading up the canyon towards the mine, there's these remains. We still got a ways to go to get to the mine itself, but this just gives an indication of where the mine was, and the remains, how significant this mine was as well. It's a couple old wood, some metal. That's about it as we keep going up. Now, oddly enough, if you look this way, what's that about? I'll explain some more soon, but just coming up to this cabin, used to be a clothing line. There's another cabin up ahead, so we're gonna drive up and check that one out too.
Brushing it off, he kept going, double-checked his map, and made sure he was still on public land.
This is where we're at right now. That's Mountain Boy Mine. It's on forestry land. This is the land maps I used, make sure I keep on, that's private, make sure I keep on public land. I'm on public land right now. All right. See, coming up here, federal mining claim, property of the United States. No trespassing, it says property of the United States. See, this is private. Got all the signs. Let's see. Wonder if they have a date. I don't see a date. Now we're allowed to walk around it. It just means not going inside. But that's an old miner's cabin. This is probably someone's prospecting spot now. That's why it's all closed off like that. Which is a bummer. I don't run into that a lot. There's another building over here that we'll have a look at. So one down there. Then going across adjacent to us in this canyon.
He reached the remains of a mine. When he got back to his car for a quick break, the same Jeep showed up again. It drove past him, stopped, then reversed, and flipped him off. Dave kept exploring, but something had shifted. Even after he left, that feeling of being watched stuck with him. This woman had been reviewing her CCTV footage, as she mentioned that strange occurrences had been happening over the past 2 months. While watching the footage, she suddenly heard something unsettling. a mysterious voice coming from the woods behind her home. The voice was quiet but clear on the recording. Unsure if it was a person or an animal, she remained on edge. One night, while outside smoking, she heard it again, a faint, struggling help. Then she heard it a second time. Deciding to investigate, she quickly put on her shoes, but found nothing. However, as she walked back, she spotted her elderly neighbor at the bottom of the driveway. The woman appeared lost, confused, and crying. Suffering from dementia, she had wandered off to go get the mail late at night without telling anyone. Thankfully, they recognized each other, and she was able to walk her neighbor home. Could the voice on the recording have been her as well? While inspecting his cabin's attic for damage after a hurricane, he snapped a quick photo. At the time, everything seemed normal. No leaks, no visible holes, no structural issues. Months later, while scrolling through old pictures with his girlfriend, they noticed something disturbing. A shadowy figure with glowing eyes lurking in the attic. He mentioned never hearing any noises up there, ruling out raccoons or other large animals. So was it just a trick of the light, a small animal, or a sign that he should leave immediately? Pete and Ash, a couple from the US, had finally settled into their dream home in the quiet countryside of Michigan. But soon after moving in, their peaceful nights were interrupted by strange noises outside.
Sounds like it's in the front yard. Just... there's nothing out here. Okay.
Every morning, unsettling sounds echoed from their front yard, but whenever they checked, nothing seemed out of place. Frustrated, they set up a trail camera. The footage revealed movement along the trees surrounding their property, accompanied by eerie sounds in the background.
I've been hearing it more up by the pond lately. It's going today. Hey, what was that? Did you all... What the hell was that?
One day, the noises grew louder, inching closer to their home.
Oh my God, Peter.
No, just stay upstairs, okay, Ash? No, stay upstairs.
I'm scared.
It stopped.
Babe, do you see anything?
I don't know. I don't see anything.
It sounds like it's on the porch.
I know it sounded right like it was right outside.
Are we going down?
No, just stay up there.
Please go. Do you see anything?
I don't know, it doesn't look
Oh my God, Peter!
Okay, no, I made sure. Make sure the door's locked.
What did you...
I don't know, they didn't see anything. I didn't see anything out there. I mean... what the fuck is that?
The couple lay awake, tense, as it seemed something was right outside their door. Whatever it was never showed itself, but the creepy sounds never left. A cabin owner was shocked when she reviewed her security camera footage one day. A bear had casually broken into the cabin, knocking the door down like it was nothing. Once inside, the bear glanced around, probably realizing the cabin only stocked low-fat snacks. It eventually turned around and left without causing any damage. But imagine if the homeowner had been lounging on that couch that day. Mike Lacey was staying in his forest home in Albany when he captured this terrifying video. In broad daylight, the sky took on an ominous tone, signaling something far worse than just a storm. Then this happened. A massive tree came dangerously close to crashing into his house. The only thing that saved them was a sudden gust of wind pushing it just far enough away. If you look again, you'll notice how many trees have vanished compared to the first shot. Fortunately, they didn't lose their home, but it came way too close for comfort. A 10-year-old boy and his friend were playing near the barn at night. They had been searching for orbs, but instead they captured something far creepier. The image appeared to show a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness. Curious, the boy's father went to the same spot and took a photo with his phone. Yet nothing unusual showed up. No strange lighting, no eerie shadows, just a regular barn. So if it wasn't a trick of the light, what did they really capture? While touring a cabin, Reddit user Lusashi and their spouse stumbled upon something downright terrifying. Just as they were wrapping up, they noticed a hidden entrance under some tree branches and a tarp in the yard. Curiosity got the better of them. They peeked inside and found this.
There is a room in there.
Yeah.
No, a room.
Yeah, like an underground like bunker or something. I don't know, that's weird.
A crawl space stretching about 20 feet, leading to a concrete-walled room. Inside, a dim, flickering light barely lit the space. They spotted a trash can and what looked like a bottle of bleach lying around. When they asked the seller, he claimed he had no idea it was there. They couldn't help but wonder, was it a shelter, a cellar, or had someone been kidnapped inside this room? While reviewing the footage from his trail camera near his cabin, this man came across a creepy image. The image captured the forest in sharp detail, but in the bottom right corner, a blurry figure appeared. At first, it seemed like an ordinary passerby, but his trail cameras take photos in bursts, yet this figure appeared in only one frame. The next image was even more bizarre. The man was gone, replaced by a glowing shape. No other photos in the burst contained this eerie presence, just two images, standing out from the rest. While warming up the hot tub, the man suddenly saw this. An old man lurking through the bushes, watching them as they prepared to enter the hot tub. The peeper's nonchalant reaction, saying, "Bit rude, yeah?" when caught, left many disturbed. But instead of leaving, he just stood there, as if the encounter didn't faze him at all.
Bit rude though, innit? Do you want me to get my cock out? Do you want me to get my willy out? Bit weird, isn't it, mate? You know, a bit of privacy here, pal. No, you're filming private land though, aren't you?
The group was left stunned. Who was this man, and why was he watching them in the first place? While camping with friends in the woods behind a friend's house, this man had the scare of his life. As he collected wood for the campfire in the dark forest, he started to feel like he was being watched. Then suddenly, he noticed it. A face peeking from behind a tree. The sight froze him with fear, and he immediately ran back to the group. Armed with flashlights, they returned to investigate, only to discover it was a weathered styrofoam head mounted on a stick covered in moss. However, the relief was short-lived when the homeowner admitted he had no idea who placed it there and was visibly shaken, recalling how he and his mom had been stalked months earlier. He was convinced this was done by the same person. The story of Sally in the Wood is one that has haunted the Browns Folly Forest near Bath and Somerset for generations. Locals refuse to drive through the area at night, believing that the spirit of a girl who lost her life there still lingers. Some claim to have heard a child screaming in the darkness, while others report seeing a full-bodied apparition of a girl running into the road at night. YouTuber Adam decided to investigate Sally's abandoned murder house. As he ventures inside, the eerie atmosphere makes him feel uneasy right from the start. Continuing his exploration, he starts to hear strange noises.
Please say somebody else heard that. What the fuck? Hello?
But nobody is there. Nervously, he continues, but the strange noises don't stop.
Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Hello? Fuck. The fuck was that?
When he's finally ready to leave, something truly terrifying happens.
And I'm hearing some fucking weird shit, man. I need to get out of here. Try and work out who's the fucking call. Right. Fuck off. Hello? Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
Fortunately, nothing bad happens, and he manages to leave the place safely. This person shared a bizarre and unsettling experience with their next-door neighbor. Every day, without fail, the neighbor peeks into their yard through a narrow gap between the house and a big tree. Even after being caught, they continue, as if nothing happened. Why would anyone do this? On April 20th, 2013, a YouTuber ventured into an abandoned house in Bobcagian, a place rumored to have a dark, unsettling past. As he stepped inside and reached the living room, something strange happened. Trying to stay calm, he slowly moved toward the staircase, when suddenly, this happened. Shaken, he sprinted outside, but as he stood outside, a faint, low whisper could be heard. What did he really encounter during this exploration, and who or what was whispering to him? A man was feeling nostalgic when he searched for his late mother's old forest house on Google Maps. As the satellite image loaded, he was baffled by what he saw. In the front yard, behind a parked car, stood a woman with blonde hair. It was his mom. His mother had passed away 12 years ago, and according to Google Maps, the image was taken just 2 years ago. None of it made sense, and he turned to people online for an explanation. Maybe it was a glitch in Google's system, or perhaps it was her ghost. What is going on? This CCTV footage from a cabin in the woods captured a burglar attempting to break into a parked car. Using a flashlight, he scanned the windows for valuables and tried to lock the doors. But before he could go any further, something spooked him, causing him to bolt from the scene. The homeowner discovered the break-in attempt the next day while reviewing his security footage. He reported the incident to the police, hoping the culprit would be caught soon. This TikTok user was alone in her Airbnb in the Appalachians when things took a terrifying turn. While visiting the bathroom, this happened. She claims no one else was there, and she was certain that wasn't her sister. Some suggested it could be a mimic. So who, or what, did this woman capture on film that day? While staying in their home deep in the woods, this family had a terrifying experience. A man appeared on their porch at 1 a.m., screaming that they were burning him, chasing him, and that he was bleeding. Living so far out in the woods, the unexpected knocking sent shivers down their spine. At first, it seemed like a desperate cry for help, but things took a disturbing turn when the man tried to force his way into the house. The father, armed, opened the door, and the man began begging them not to kill him. After a tense moment, the father got the man into the car to drive him home. They had long suspected someone was living in the abandoned house next door, and it turned out the man was the same person who had been hanging around there. The family was left shaken and uneasy by the bizarre and terrifying encounter. A family was enjoying a week at their cabin in the woods when they had an unexpected visitor. Take a look.
Get out of here. Go. Go. No. Oh my gosh. He knows how to open a freaking door. Oh my god. Look, he's turning the knob. You got them both locked?
Yeah, they're both locked.
Should we call somebody? Yeah, probably.
The bear seemed to know how to open the door, but luckily, the man had locked it just in time.
Yeah, I locked both of them. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, get that.
What was it looking for? Eventually, the bear gave up on the door but lingered around the house for a few more days, keeping the family on edge. This man made a disturbing discovery when he arrived at his cabin. Someone had broken in, cutting a hole through the front door and gaining entry through a rear window. But this wasn't just a robbery, it was pure destruction. Inside, the intruders had hacked apart the furniture, ripped sections of the walls down, and left the place looking like a scene from The Shining, with holes punched through doors, likely with an axe or machete. Strangely, no valuables appeared to be the target. Instead, the damage felt like an act of rage, or a message. Who did this, and why, remains a mystery. One day, a man was staying in his cabin in the woods when something strange caught his eye. Standing among the trees was a tall, eerie figure, around 7 feet tall, draped in a black robe. But just as he zoomed in on the figure, the video cut off abruptly. The uploader claimed his phone shut off in the moment he zoomed in. Could this have been caused by the eerie figure? The distance and grainy footage make it hard to tell what or who he captured that day. Deep in the middle of nowhere stands a cabin frozen in time, once owned by a kidnapper. After losing his family, the man took a dark turn. He abducted a young girl and was convinced no one would ever uncover his secret. She was held chained in the basement, hidden away from the world. Disturbingly, the house remains exactly as it was when authorities finally rescued her. The idea that a man lived there and kidnapped a young girl is utterly terrifying. Every room, every object feels like a piece of a dark story, one that should never have happened. Later, family photos were discovered, an eerie contrast to the horrors that took place inside. But the basement is where the real nightmare unfolded.
But apparently, guys, it was right back here where she was found. So it gets really creepy when we see it back here. Apparently they found her chained somewhere in this room, which I don't see where it would have been. There's tarp here for some reason. All the breakers and the cinder block wall. This is just like the most creepy vibe I've had inside of a room before, knowing what was in here, but no telling what actually happened down here. Only the girl would know. It's insane. This is the room where the girl was found chained up. And this might have been like the only blanket they gave her. Looks thick. And maybe that's where the guy kept her. Super creepy, eerie vibes right in here.
A space that reveals where a young girl endured unspeakable fear until the day police arrived. Fortunately, she was rescued and reunited with her family. YouTubers What's Not to Hike and Adventure Outdoors set out on a simple hiking trip, unaware they'd stumble into something truly unsettling. The two friends, both self-proclaimed skeptics, arrived at the remote White Lagan Bothy. As they settled in, the night quickly took a terrifying turn.
So this is quite a popular bothy by the looks of it. Someone actually stayed last night. It was nice and tidy when we came in. So plaudits to whoever stayed here last night. Well done. Absolutely spotless. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Whoa. 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 I'm out. Whoa. I'm out of here. No. No.
That was totally weird. The door just started to move on its own, and then it just pretty much slammed shut. I mean, Marty's out there.
I don't really want to come back in.
He's in bits. That was just the weirdest thing, wasn't it?
Minutes later, things escalated when a chair across the room began sliding by itself.
The spooky door closing over there. And we're trying to like rationalise it. I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts, neither does Martin. No, so we're kind of thinking that it might have been just like the backdraft of the wind. I mean, there's a storm going on outside, so
yeah. But I still don't believe it was the wind, but it's the only when the wind's blowing that strong outside, and there's no it's the only rational explanation, even though. I'm not even looking at that. No, I'm not looking at it. It's moving, right? So, I'm honest, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
This can't be right.
I'm not. It's black in here as well. I can't see a thing.
So there's a chair over there, and it just started to move, which is
No way. I'm not. I'm not even. No.
This is bonkers.
I'm not having any part of this.
That is moving.
Jesus Christ.
It is moving, that chair is moving.
Just leave it. Come out there.
Oh, Christ.
Despite their fear, they managed to make it through the night. These YouTubers had never shared any paranormal encounters before, making the footage feel even more authentic. As the woman was cleaning her cabin bedroom, she suddenly heard someone screaming for help. When she looked outside, she saw something unsettling. Strange things had happened in the forest before, so her first thought was that it could be a trap or something sinister. But she couldn't ignore an elderly woman in distress. Despite her unease, she ran outside.
Sweetheart. Hello? Sweetheart. Hello? Sweetheart. Sweetheart. It's okay. Are you lost?
Yeah.
Come on. You okay? Can you walk? Do you want me to call the cops?
Please.
Okay.
It turned out the woman, likely struggling with dementia, had gotten lost in the woods and panicked. Fortunately, the cabin owner had chosen to help and got the woman home safely. This man arrived at his cabin for the weekend only to find this. The door hacked open. The jagged hole immediately raised unsettling questions. Was it a break-in, or was someone looking for him? Unfortunately, no further updates were shared. Would you still stay for the weekend? A man installed Ring cameras around his home in the woods, mainly for safety and to capture possible wildlife footage. It didn't take long until one camera captured something quite unusual. Late at night, a naked man appeared on the footage wandering the property. Oddly, he seemed unfazed by his lack of clothes, but visibly terrified, as if something or someone was chasing him. He disappeared briefly. Soon after, he returned, grabbing a metal pipe from the property. He moved toward a side path, still looking for something, before vanishing into the darkness. Nobody knows who he was after or why he was so frightened. Whether he was running from something real, suffering mentally, or both, remains unclear. A YouTuber ventured deep into the forest to explore an abandoned structure.
Now, this is a shooting gallery, guys. It's a shooting gallery, which means, guess what, guys? It could be haunted. Oh, wait, no. We're gonna go inside of there. We're gonna explore it. Although we already did it, but we want to know if the inside is haunted or not. That's the main goal here.
Once a shooting gallery, it was now riddled with bullet holes and shattered windows, a haunting reminder of its long abandonment. As they stepped inside, they noticed fresh footprints, signs that someone had been there recently. But the real terror came when they stepped back outside.
Let me know what this... Oh. Somebody... Somebody in a white hazmat suit. White hazmat suit on that guy's property. Holy cow.
And then they saw him again.
Oh, cool. Dude. Somebody broke the window out of this. There's no way. There's no way of getting in there. Somebody's been shooting up the place. Oh, right there. I just seen him. I'm scared too. He's right there.
Oh, yeah.
What is he doing?
You sure that's not a woman in a coat like that?
No, that's a hazmat suit. I zoomed up on her.
You see him turn around?
No.
Had something on him?
What's locked up in his cages?
Unsure of what was going on, the group decided to cut their investigation short and leave. This couple had a terrifying experience while staying in a cabin deep in the woods. One night, she felt as if she were being watched from a corner of the bedroom while lying in bed. A week later, her boyfriend had a terrifying experience of his own. He was jolted awake by strange noises in the dead of night and spotted white glowing eyes staring from the exact same corner. Gripped by fear, he quickly grabbed his smartphone and snapped a photo of the eerie sight. What could be going on in this cabin? In 2015, the YouTube channel Urbex Mooch had taken their cameras into a crumbling manor house left to rot for decades. But things took an unsettling turn when, mid-exploration, the landowner suddenly showed up.
Hello. Sorry. Just take some photos. I know, yeah. Sorry, we didn't mean any harm. I think it was already open, the fence. It's not open. No, that hole there. Alright. Well, I was only taking photos. Don't give a monkey, you've ruined my Saturday. You stay there until the police arrive.
Clearly furious, he confronted Mooch and his friend, making it clear they weren't welcome. The situation got tense fast. The owner blocked their way out, threatening to call the cops and warning them not to try escaping over the fence.
Stay there. If you hurt yourself, I'll be liable for damage to you. Are we coming over? No. Stay there. Stay there. We don't have to stay here. We're making you stay here. You can't make me stay here because there's... Well, if you hurt yourself, I end up in jail. So you can't... Well, you won't hurt yourself. I won't hurt myself. You can't do that. You can't come in my fucking house. You can't do that. You can't come in my fucking house. Okay? Don't tell me the fucking law. You ruined my fucking Saturday and keep out of my fucking house. Well, we're sorry. We didn't mean any. Of course you mean it hard. Well, we're only taking photos. It's gonna shit. It's my private house. Sorry. Well, we only want to take photos. That's the only thing we're going to be taking.
Eventually, after a lot of back and forth, Mooch and his friend managed to leave unharmed. Later, it was confirmed no charges were pressed. While exploring an old barn in West Yorkshire, England, a woman filmed a video to send to her partner. When she watched it back, she noticed something unusual. In the window to the left of a carriage, a shadow briefly blocked the light. With no one else on site, she believed it could only have been a spirit passing by. If anyone had been around, she would have noticed or heard something. A man experienced strange sightings in the Midwest and captured these images. A mysterious figure can be seen in the photos. He mentioned that the figure moved at incredible speed, far beyond what any person could do, and appeared in the same spot before vanishing when approached. In a recent update, he shared more. The creature reportedly reappeared moments later but vanished again before it could be recorded. Was it just an animal creating these sounds? If so, that doesn't explain who or what he captured in the photos. While reviewing the trail cam footage from his cabin in the woods 3 years ago, the owner was horrified to see this. A humanoid figure in white walking along a trail in the dead of night. Its flowing cloth and distorted face gave it an unsettling, otherworldly appearance. Some believe it could be a spirit or cryptid, while others suggest it might be a person wearing a bunny-like suit. Unfortunately, there are no other pictures from that night, leaving the true identity of the figure a mystery. This photo was taken by someone spending their vacation at a remote cabin. They admitted they always felt uneasy when looking at a particular window at night. One evening, that bad feeling grew stronger, so they snapped a picture. When they enhanced the image and zoomed in, a monstrous face stared back at them from the darkness. No one could say for sure what it was. Some guessed a ghost, while others speculated something wilder, like Bigfoot or an unknown creature lurking in the shadows. Outside, they found nothing. Either way, it's disturbing, and I doubt their vacation lasted much longer. A hiker was filming in an open field near what appeared to be an abandoned shed. While recording, they caught sight of something eerie. Panicked, the hiker ran. But when they looked back, she was gone. I wish they had checked inside the shed to see if anyone was there, but I can't blame them for not wanting to. Still, with no background information provided with the video, I can't help but feel a little suspicious. In a cabin deep in the woods, a police officer was sent to investigate a potential intruder. The homeowner, who had noticed her Airbnb door wide open late at night, immediately called the police, fearing a break-in. When the officer arrived, he saw something moving inside, but it wasn't a person. A creepy mannequin appeared to be moving on its own. When he checked inside, no one was there. Something paranormal was surely at play. Back in August 2005, a group of amateur ghost hunters captured something eerie while exploring an abandoned house in the woods. While filming, a sudden figure appeared inside, causing them to bolt in fear. Video editing wasn't as common back then, adding credibility to the footage's authenticity. Still, it could just have been a person, right? Not necessarily a ghost. A Reddit user named SpawnKill made a chilling discovery near their cabin. Throwing knives were scattered across the front yard, with no idea how they got there. It immediately raised questions. Was it a warning, a twisted prank, or something darker? Knives like this aren't seen often, and they definitely don't just end up in random places. During a last-minute road trip with her mom, she found herself in the worst place she had ever stayed. What was meant to be a fun getaway turned into a nightmare when they arrived at night and struggled to find the cabin, relying only on vague instructions.
I was on a road trip with my mom. It was super last minute and we did not make any sleeping reservations for the entire trip. We were just doing it like night by night. But there was one night where everywhere was so booked up. Even the Motel 6 was $350. So we ended up using this app called HipCamp. It's kind of like Airbnb, but it's for camping. People can rent out like space on their farm or on their property and you can set up camp, but sometimes they have like cabins or glamping. So we find this HipCamp. It was kind of nearby. It had 100% good reviews. There were only like 10 reviews though. It was basically on an old horse camp, like a summer sleepaway camp. So I guess the camp wasn't going on anymore, but they were renting out the bunks, like the cabins for people to stay in. I've gone to summer camp many years. My mom's worked at a summer camp. We thought it would be fun. So we book it. Now after booking it, my mom was kind of messaging back and forth with the host. The host said like, oh, well, there's a lot of different mattresses. You'll have to test which one you like. My mom said, are there clean sheets on it? And she said, I'll put one on. The only instructions we got were that it was like behind the house next to like a red dumpster. We get there at like 10 o'clock. It was pitch black. We could not see anything and we couldn't figure out like where we were supposed to go. There was a big house and then a driveway and it just went into the woods, like pitch black, literally in the woods.
Eventually, they located the place.
I keep walking and then I see 2 bunks. Look at that fucking red glow. Look at the red glow. That's real. That's where we're supposed to sleep.
Oh, this is so fucking creepy. Absolutely not.
Do you see the cabin?
Absolutely fucking. So you can take us up to the room? Oh god.
Oh yeah, we heard a guy screaming like in the woods too.
Yeah. No. Ew, it smells like piss. Look at the dust. You know what? What is that? Ew. What?
The fact that this is real.
Emily. Look. It's so disgusting and scary.
Look at the dirt.
The place was so unsettling, they ended up sleeping in the car. The next morning, she took some videos of the other cabin. Then, they received this text.
By the way, I think this was the bunk we were supposed to sleep in, because there was a red, clean sheet on the top mattress of the pile of like 10 mattresses. See that clean sheet on top? On the mold? Look at this. Decaying blanket. The smell, guys. I can't tell you. Moldy, smelly couch. So in the morning, we get a text from the woman that's like, so here's how you're gonna get to the site. Why did she not text us the night that we were staying there? Like, we already figured it out. My mom was pissed, so we go to drive. There's like a house where the host lives on like the horse camp. We drive down to the house and stop because she wanted to go talk to the host. There's a little boy that is sitting on the porch playing with a toy. Creepy, creepy. And he's like, yeah, playing with a toy. He just looks at us and we look at him. And I said, excuse me, is your mom so-and-so? Like Jane. And he's like, no, I was Betty. And I was like, oh, well, is Jane home? And he's like, yeah, she's home. I'll go get her. So he runs inside, comes out about a minute later and says, she's not home. Really? Really? You just said she was. But what are we gonna do? It's a little boy. So we said, okay, and we left. I left the longest review on this place. Like, no pictures, no reviews show, like, the pile of, like, pubic hair. Like, what? Like, the mold, the filth, like, what? Next night, we stayed in a place that actually had a clean shower, and I cried tears of joy. If you're in upstate New York, do not stay at that horse camp. Don't do it.
Horrified by the experience, they vowed to always book a stay in advance from then on. Reddit user Native Marikai lives deep in the woods. One night, her game camera captured this eerie image. A ghostly woman can be seen in the tall grass. She appeared completely translucent, dressed in a long gown. The user revealed the property's former owner had their ashes scattered there, and long before that, the land belonged to Native American tribes. Was this the spirit of the past homeowner, or someone who walked these lands centuries ago? Whatever the answer, the figure remains an unsettling mystery. Kaylee Colson, a UK-based YouTuber known for exploring abandoned places, stumbled upon something eerie in a secluded woodland property. Inside, it felt like time had frozen.
Like, storeroom? I don't know, because there's loads of paperwork in the corner.
It looks like, to me, a
Office?
workroom. So there's all sorts of electronics everywhere. This guy obviously was a computer engineer.
Yeah.
Toothbrushes still on the sink, drawers filled, electronics stacked, everything left untouched. The only thing known about the place is that a man named Ronald Lamborn used to live there, but what no one realized is that maybe he wasn't alone.
Oh my god, that's melting my heart. Mini Marmite, and it's got bullets in it. What? Okay.
Alright, be careful with those.
I'm not going to touch those, because they are definitely not dead.
No.
They are not dead. Okay. So, right, I'm going to leave them there. Yeah, he's definitely got a pistol. It's probably in this house. Shit. Okay. So, Marmite with a surprising twist. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look what I've just spotted. His hearing aid. His hearing aid's left behind. Look.
Yes, that's creepy.
It doesn't get much closer and personal than that.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Literally something he would have used every single day his whole life on his persons, left behind. Fuck. I've noticed a wig as well, and I know it sounds crazy. I'm not sure if that would have been used. Like for a woman, like actually worn every day. I don't think that's a costume wig. That looks a little bit... No, it actually feels quite good condition. Maybe this woman did wear this then. I'm assuming he had a wife, because we've got very feminine touches. We've got some flowers, little bird on its perch, jewellery as well. So I think there would have been a woman here living once upon a time. Right, so this is the bedroom, and it is definitely confirmed 100% he definitely had a missus. So we've got a female handbag there. Oh wow, look at the coat, babe, in the wardrobe. That royal blue. Whoa. Yeah, that is absolutely stunning. And yeah, look at the beauty, the vanity mirror. Gosh, that's heavy. There's no date or anything on it. It's got no branding, but yeah. So he would have had a wife at one point living here. See, it's just a shame. I don't know what happened to these people. I don't know if they died or if they, I don't know, if they just packed up and left. If they even got evicted. There's no story.
They found hearing aids, dentures, a woman's wig, and even bullets hidden in a Marmite jar. Feminine clothes and jewelry suggested he hadn't been living there by himself. The strange part is, there's no clear reason for their sudden disappearance. The explorers were overwhelmed with the feeling that something had gone terribly wrong, but nobody knows what. A biker set out to explore an abandoned mansion deep in the hills, all alone. Upon arrival, he noticed a freshly made opening, suggesting someone had recently removed the panels.
Dude, this is fucking terrifying. Oh my god, look at the size of this bedroom. This is a bedroom, dude. Dude, this is fucking scary. I need to make sure no one's in here. Like in those bedrooms. Oh my god. Dude. Dude, this is how horror movies start. Oh my god, it's so dark in these rooms.
Stepping inside, he was met with a massive, once luxurious interior. As he wandered further, the tension began to build. Suddenly, something moved in the darkness.
Dude, that dark room. I kept feeling something was gonna jump out at me. What's down here? Hello? Hello? Sleep, goat, horse, dog, pig, snake. Fuck a sheep, goat, horse, dog, pig, snake, bird, hermaphrodite. Oh man, this is fucking... Dude, I think I hear somebody. I think I hear something.
Sending him fleeing without a second glance. This image was taken by a 72-year-old woman from Missouri who'd been claiming to see a little girl in her forest home. In the photo, a ghostly figure can be seen faintly standing in the frame. No one believed her until she took this image, proving she wasn't imagining things. So, did this woman truly capture the ghost of a little girl in her home? The YouTube channel Exploring Mysterious India visited an abandoned house once home to 5 families. Locals whisper it's so haunted that even squatters stay away. While searching for a way in, they spot a perfectly knotted rope beside a deep water well, deep enough to hide a body. Nearby, they found a discarded cross, like someone once tried to cleanse the place but failed. But the creepiest find was yet to come. On the wall, faint red handprints smeared across. They didn't need to catch a ghost on camera, but the well, the rope, the handprints were enough to get the chills. What happened at this place? While vacationing for their anniversary at Hot Springs Cove near Tofino, British Columbia, a couple left their guest cabin early in the morning and headed to the main cabin for coffee, only to come face to face with an unexpected visitor.
Well, good.
A mountain lion had appeared on the front porch. It lingered briefly before leaping onto the deck, pressing against the glass doors, sniffing and searching for a way inside.
Close the bedroom window upstairs, just here.
With no weapons and nowhere to go, the couple felt trapped. They waited for another hour before finally making a safe escape by boat, returning to their inn. A man woke up in the middle of the night to terrifying sounds echoing outside his remote cabin deep in the woods. Grabbing his camera, he captured this. Frozen in fear, he struggled to decide whether to run or search for the source of the screams. Something seemed to be lurking just beyond sight. What he filmed that night remains a mystery to this day, though he hasn't heard the sounds again. 2 urban explorers from Russia stumbled upon something chilling while investigating an old abandoned home. In one of the rooms, they spotted this. It seemed to be something humanoid, but not quite human. The brief glimpse was enough to send them running, their panic caught on camera. Many viewers speculated it could be the infamous creature known as the Rake, while others dismissed it as a hoax or a disturbed squatter. Creepy, either way. A woman browsing houses near a lake on Zillow noticed something strange in one of the listing photos. She zoomed in and saw what looked like a half-transparent figure of a woman. She wondered if it could be a ghost. Intrigued, she posted the image on Reddit, hoping for opinions. Many people agreed it could be a ghost, while others seemed more impressed by the house's price. Without knowing more about the house's history, it's hard to tell what it could have been. A family was staying in their cabin in Australia when an aggressive kangaroo suddenly appeared.
Don't you scratch my window.
Oi.
It grew restless, hitting the glass as if trying to break it. No one knew why. Maybe it saw its reflection, or perhaps something inside had caught its attention. Either way, it was terrifying. This kangaroo was massive, built with the strength to potentially smash the window. Kangaroos aren't usually dangerous, but when they feel threatened, they can become aggressive, and you definitely don't want to be nearby when that happens. Fortunately, the kangaroo eventually gave up and left the cabin alone. This man was waiting for his DoorDash delivery when he heard a knock at the door. But when he looked outside, there was no food. Just this. A dark figure stood by a tree, watching from afar. Motionless, it loomed as if ready to attack. Terrified, he recorded the figure before rushing to hide in the bathroom.
Okay. So currently. I ordered DoorDash because my sister and the kids are gone for tonight. Like, I'm here by myself. The kids had football practice, so they had to go do their own thing. Thank you. So I ordered DoorDash, and I heard it knock. Oh my God, she's still fucking standing.
Eventually, it disappeared as he called a friend to pick him up. Steve, an experienced camper, set out for an overnight stay in an abandoned house deep in the woods. After a long hike through eerie, desolate terrain, he arrived at the decaying structure, covered in graffiti. As he explored, he heard footsteps. Then a man appeared.
Okay, somebody's totally coming down the trail. Wonder when they're gonna tear this thing down. Yeah, I've just been I try to film and, take photos of this type of stuff. Yeah. Go camping in these places too.
Steve calmly explained what he was doing, and after a brief exchange, the man left. But Steve wasn't alone for long.
Okay. I gotta check my radar. It looks like there's a bit of a storm rolling in. Adds some excitement here.
As darkness fell, a storm rolled in, and Steve decided to seek shelter inside. Just as he settled in, he noticed this.
Somebody is coming down here. Good thing they didn't crawl in here. I would have really scared them.
A group approached the house but never entered. Unbothered, he cooked a meal and fortunately slept safely through the night. And now, let's watch these next scary forest encounters.